Hi guys, Nigel here from FCD Ghost Boxes. Just a video now to show how, for customers really, show them how to set up the MK4+PRO, plus how to use the portal input side of it as well. So obviously, like all ghost boxes from FCD, they're battery operated. So at the back here you've got a holder there. Just insert 4 AA batteries, 1.5 volts each. That's 6 volts. You can get these batteries at most stores anywhere around the world. Okay, pop them in there. The holder's quite secure, it'll hold them in. You can shake it about, they won't fall out. Okay, shall we come to the controls? I'm going to go through all what's on here first before we actually show you how to operate it or to set it up. We'll start at the top. On here you've got the rates control knob, it's just a dial, and then you've got a tuning red button here. It's a momentary button that you press down and then release. You won't hear a click, you won't hear anything, just press it in and release. Okay, that's the tuning button. On this side, next to the aerial, the antenna, you can take this antenna out actually, you can use it with or without it, so you can pop that in there if you want. Always put it in when you tune in, because then it'll help to pick up more frequencies. Okay, and extend it, of course. It does, you'll see it comes down, you can extend it. Okay, underneath that you've got the volume rotary control knob there as well. Then underneath that, near the bottom, you've got the reverb control. Okay, they're both turned clock, well, all the controls turn clockwise. Go to the other side of the unit, and this is where there's a slight change to the professional or any other previous ghost box, of the Mark IV kind that we've produced before. I say we, it's me, produced before. Okay, so down here at the bottom you've got your main on-off switch. Think about this switch at the bottom here as just the main switch that switches everything in here on and off. It just clicks down for on, back up for off. Simple. Okay, above that, I'll explain it in this way. You've got another switch, you'll see there. Now this can go up, in the middle, or down. Okay, in the middle, nothing will happen. Even if you switch the unit on, you'll get no sound out of the unit. What that's for is to detect basically whether you're using the ghost box radio, sweeping radio, spirit box so to speak, or which is down and it's labelled there as spirit box. Now you can see it on the there you go, you can see it now. And then up it's labelled as middle, up is labelled as portal. And the portal is where people get confused. It's just a fancy name basically for an input panel here that is extra to the actual Spirit Ghost Box radio, and that can be used to input things like USB sticks. We could stick that in there, get it in the right way like that. Okay, and you could put sound banks on there. In fact, with every Mark IV Pro from FCD you get a download link for 500 megabytes of sound samples that you can, voices, things like that you can input into the portal if you want to use it that way. Most people want to use it as a radio ghost box to pick up things from the frequencies, but that is another way that you can use a ghost box, through putting in a sound bank and randomising the sounds so that the belief is spirit will pick up on them sounds and use them with the box. Okay, I'll do a demo of that at the end. Go into the portal, we might as well now because we've looked at all the other controls on the box. On here, when you to use the portal, you would turn the switch up, of course, to select it, and it's got its own on-off switch. Now this won't work. If I press it on now, nothing's going to happen. Okay, but if I put the main rad switch to on and then turn it on, you'll see now, look, it's lit up, so it's ready to actually use. Now you're thinking, well, normally when I switch on like the Bluetooth and things like that, inputs on the old boxes, you would hear a nice Chinese person giving a message saying that it's ready to be used, Bluetooth, etc. there's nothing on this. Well, there is. It's because, as I mentioned right at the beginning, you've not selected. So we'll turn this off a sec at the front. It's on, the whole unit's on because we put the toggle switch down, but we've not selected with this switch portal. So we'll do that now. So we've clicked it up, look, and it's on the portal. So now when we switch it on, we get
Bluetooth mode.
There you go. You've got Bluetooth mode, FM mode, and I think the third one would pick up your USB stick.
Play by USB drive.
There you go. So they're the three main things that it can do on the portal side, right? There's no augs in on this one, but you know, we feel it's got enough with just that really. Bluetooth, you can connect most smartphones to it and use your Ghost Box apps with that to send through to the unit, and use this really as a speaker for that. Okay, so put that back down in the middle, we'll turn the unit off. So when you get this, the first thing that you need to do really before you use it at all is tune it to your local area. And a lot of people email me, you know, with the old boxes, getting confused with this. It was mainly because they just do not read the instructions. It's placed on the website and stepped out in pictures basically. I've done it this time on the website so that you can see that it's so easy to follow. Okay, so what we need to do is we've got the Ghost Box, got your antenna up, got the batteries in, switch on the rad-on, radio on switch, so the radio's on, turn up some volume, forget about the reverb for now, turn up some volume and set the rates knob, this one on the top, to about halfway. Okay, halfway or a little bit beyond sometimes, but it's mainly around halfway each time. And then remember, because we're using the Ghost Box radio, switch back down, volume a bit loud there, and you'll just hear basically a racket like this. Press the tune button for a second or so and let go. And it'll go quiet. There you go, it goes quiet. Thank goodness for that. And now it'll go through all the radio stations in your area, picking up radio. It's also picking up in between, in the white noise, other frequencies. Okay? And storing them in the actual radio. So what let's do is, it'll keep doing this for quite some time, maybe 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 sometimes, 20 sometimes, depends where you live. And then you'll hear a little click, and that's when the tuning's finished. It'll just recycle itself again. So we'll listen for the click. Did you hear that?
Like
That's the click. Once you hear the click, you turn the whole thing off. Turn the rad button, on-off button, off. So with now it's all stored in there. The frequencies from the FM waveband are stored in this unit. Unless I tune again, they'll always be there. Okay? You don't have to keep doing this every time you get the Ghost Box out, wherever you are. It's all tuned in now. So what we do now, I want to hear it as a Ghost Box. We've tuned it up, we're ready for our investigation or our session. So all we need to do now is to put on a little bit of reverb, because it's nice to get that little bit of effect if you want to. You don't have to, but I like a little bit of reverb on it. And then get your volume. You could leave it where it was, or make it louder, or whatever, you know. And then the rates button here on top, turn it all the way back down and up just a fraction. Okay? Then back on with the on-off switch, the rad-on switch here.
Less.
And we're working as a Ghost Box.
Yeah.
Clear as a bell. Because we use DSP, digital sound processing. It brings through and gets rid of all that white noise that disturbs the actual output. And then if Spirit want to influence any of this, you'll find that certain words and sentences make sense, okay? So that's as easy as that. So look, I'll turn it off. I've turned the whole thing off. You see the buttons up at off there. Sorry, the switch is on at off. The red on switch. I'm not going to tune it or anything again. Turn it on again. The session starts as a ghost box. You can take the batteries out actually and put them back in again, it'll still work as a ghost box. So that's as simple as it is. That's a simple setup for the ghost box. Okay? So now we're going to look at the front panel. We briefly mentioned it earlier. It's easy to operate. Turn on. Put this switch in the middle. So it's on nothing now. It's on nothing at all. Okay? No spirit box, no portal. We're going to leave the volume where it is and things, and the rates, it doesn't make any difference to what we're doing here. So we switch on again the rad on. We also need to put this up now to portal. Okay, this little toggle switch here is at portal. Now we can switch on the unit and listen.
FM mode.
So we've got all the modes there coming through. We want to connect our phone by Bluetooth. I think that's the auxiliary mode. Cycle through again. Hold on.
Bluetooth mode.
Bluetooth mode, we've got it there. Okay, so there's those modes. Like I said, we can put in, I'm not sure if I've got the right stick here. Let's turn that off a second. Got some sound banks I think on here, unless I used it for something else earlier. And it should start automatically playing these
Bluetooth
through.
mode.
Click it to the USB stick. Maybe take this out, get it to the USB stick mode first.
Bluetooth mode.
Just wait a second. It will recognise the USB stick in the actual unit. It may be that I've got the wrong one in here and it's not got any sound banks on it. Let's have a look, we'll try a different one. Try this one, I'm not sure what's on this. Could have music on it, could have anything on it.
Play by USB drive.
Yeah, that one's got obviously something on it.
Pretty little thing.
It's got some music on it, okay.
You're the talk of town.
It's a pretty little thing. Okay, right, but of course you get the drift. You do get the 500. I will do a demo later with the sound bank snippets on it to put in, so you can see it working like that. But it's dead simple, really simple. There you go. We think it's a nice little unit. People are giving us some quite nice rave reviews alongside the FCD Professional, and we're producing this and selling it in 2 different units now, because times are getting a bit hard for people with all the big bills and everything coming in and that, and we understand that. So what I've decided to do is to produce it with reverb and without reverb. Some people aren't bothered about reverb, so it saves you a bit of money, saves me buying the parts put in it. So there's 2 versions, just like there's 2 versions of the FCD Professional too. So this is the FCD Mark 4 Plus Pro, available now. Nice sturdy little unit, you can hold it in your hand, you know, so it's not difficult to carry around. There you go, easy setup, easy demo, easy to use. Okay, I hope you like it. All the best, bye.